Okay. Okay, so if you are on here, we are live. Rangers Live Chat is live on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Just making sure if you can hear me. I just want a quick sound check. Let's just check the chat. Okay. Let me know where you are watching from, either on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. So, okay, we're gonna be talking about Power Rangers today. So, let me know if you have not seen. We have been posting these weekly tribute songs. Let me know. Our next two that I have that I want to do is either a tribute to, I'm putting it out there because I know it's been a request, a Tommy Oliver or One Last More. So I have two great ideas between those two and actually another one, but I think I might keep that after these next two. So let me know. Um yeah, we have viewers on YouTube. Yay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We are going to be talking about everything about Power Rangers. It looks like we have a few watching from everywhere. So let's see. We have a few watching from Instagram, YouTube, as well as Facebook. Our stream, our live stream service does not show me who's watching from where. So we are going to be talking about a lot about Power Rangers for the next hour or so. So I have an agenda because I tend to go on a tangent of a lot of Power Ranger things. But I think the first thing that we can talk about, because I feel like it's always a hot topic, is that Disney Plus reboot. I know. Oh, thank you, Tisha. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Um, yeah, that Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot. What are your thoughts? Comments? Please comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts. And I think a few things I wrote or have posted is, um, if we're gonna have a fourth, I forget fourth parallel universe of having Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, Kimberly, as well as Tommy. I just recently posted about there was if they're gonna bring back with this fourth iteration. There's the word. If they're gonna bring back Tommy Oliver. And so I think, if anything, what are your thoughts in the comment section that we had for the post I just posted in a reel about Tommy Oliver? Is I stated that there was only one Tommy Oliver. Yes, I know there's a couple of iterations on comic books, fan films as well. But some of the comment section did say that there was two things: is that they wanted to bring Jason David Frank's daughter Jenna to play him as Tammy, or maybe just bringing her into the series to just, I think it would be great it somehow, if however that they decide to have the characters or pass on the flowers, is how are they, I think, if they do bring Jenna Frank into the new Power Rangers series, the Disney Plus reboot, I feel like it's like a good hand off, or just telling fans of JDF, or just in general, that she's passing the torch to the next generation. If she plays anything on Power Rangers, I feel like just letting her have that like 15 seconds of passing the torch to the next generation, would be great. What are your thoughts? Do you feel like with the new Disney Plus reboot that they should bring Jenna Frank and play a Power Ranger, or just passing the torch. I think that was one of the things I wanted to just call out that was in one of the Instagram reels that I just posted, or one of the reels I posted about JDF in general. My feelings are that, you know what, since growing up in with Mighty Morphin until every season of Power Rangers and the seasons that JDF has been in, I feel like having another person play Tommy, I would they have to play it right. I think it's a lot of, I think, pressure just in general to play Tommy Oliver, because I think there's like 30 years of, maybe less than 30 years of the Tommy Oliver character just throughout the decades. So, and another thing that someone also comment in the comment section was bring in um, the kid who played Tommy Oliver when they turned into kids. I've seen some posts, or just that actor, I forget his name. If you know his name, please put it in the comments below. But bring him and playing Tommy Oliver of some kind of um, way, somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's just like another version of Tommy Oliver. I think that would be great. I think the only question is if Disney Plus, the producers, Jonathan Steinberg, as well as Jonathan Steinberg, I made a video where I'm like saying their names um, over and over, but I think it was Jonathan Steinberg and Dan Schatz. Jonathan Steinberg and Dan Schatz. I'm going to keep on repeating their names until they hear me. I think doing something separate that does not bring in the previous, just the previous worlds of Power Rangers that we know from 93 to 2023, those seasons, and incorporating them somehow in some way that will bring the Power Rangers into justice. Or Power Rangers, you know what I'm talking about. But I think that was just a thing, especially about the Disney Plus reboot. I feel like I would love to have new characters in general, because I think I was talking in a video saying that it would be a fourth iteration of Jason, Zach, Trini, Billy, and Kimberly. It would be great to have new characters, new characters that we fall in love with, just in general. I think some people want to see the same characters in general. And I'm just talking about this real quick. We did talk about it last week, so I don't want to go into too much conversation about this whole Disney Plus reboot. Another thing that people keep on bringing up is this whole Red Ranger thing. And I made a video about that, saying Red Ranger could be a girl, it's perfectly fine. Any colors, but I feel like she should be a mentor. I would say it would be great to bring her in somehow, some way, to just bring the fandom just like back in, and just tying everything in that will give us just like, make us happy and smile at the end of the day, bringing back Jenna Frank somehow in the new series. I think everybody will love that. So, I think that was it for the Disney Plus reboot that everybody brought up. I think there's questions about like the suits. Some people like the new iteration that the 2017 movie, just like the updated. I did say how the suits came from Super Sentai from Japan, and that's how it was brought. And I think one comment, or several comments that were in the comment section, was that that was repeatedly in on the comments, was that people were saying how they wanted Disney to know that they're reinventing the Will, knowing that with Super Sentai, what was the, I don't know how you would say it, sometimes I'm not good with words. How Power Rangers found success was that they incorporated the footage from Super Sentai from Japan, and that's how they kept it going for close to 30 years. And with Disney, I think they're gonna reinvent the wheel with redoing, having their own footage, their own just like, and we know it's gonna be CGI. That's gonna be the hardest part. The Megazord, it's gonna be very difficult. We do have some comments since the movie was dead and they're not drawing from Super Sentai suits. Yeah, I agree. W. Swine, is that how you say your name? Oh, thanks, Gabe. No rude comments, just love. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see who else is listening. Okay, Lance. Okay, they would be making the same mistake they made in 2017. You can't just slap on the original Mini More Power Rangers names and expect fans to like them. I agree. I just agree at the end of the day. Like, we as Power Rangers fans now, and I said it's going to be a 50-50 because what we know, it came from Super Sentai. They would have to start over with, and I think having the multiple seasons, having, just like refresh that brought new people watching. That's kind of like what, with Disney, they every 4 years, especially with movies, not movies, um, TV shows, especially for the younger crowd, they kept it for every 4 years because those characters grew out and they only lasted 4 seasons. So, okay, I think that's it for the Disney Plus just conversation. I feel like I could go on and talk about this all day. And if you want to talk it out, I have a couple of reels just talking about the Disney Plus reboot from the Suits, from the Tommy Oliver character, the fourth iteration of MMPR, um, the Red Ranger being a female. I don't know what else I came up with. So, if there's any conversations that you guys want to have about the Disney Plus reboot, please put in the comment section and we will talk about it. But we're talking about not just the Disney Plus reboot, but other things that are Power Rangers. And I have notes because with bringing back Rangers Live Chat, and if you don't know about Rangers Live Chat, we launched back in 2016. We did different interviews with several different actors and actresses from Power Rangers. Now, after being on hiatus, we are on we just brought it back as of, I think it is day 22 of bringing back Rangers Live Chat. And if you have not seen, we've been doing these tribute songs that are AI using Chat GPT. And I know there's several comments in there that says, hey, yo, this AI music is trash. I'm not going to listen to it because it's AI. You know what? I'm just doing this for the fandom. I think the songs that are being created, that I am creating using, because I am not a singer, but I do lip sync, that has been wonderful. Honestly, we just launched our fifth song, and I think someone mentioned earlier last week, they're bangers or bang, whatever that word is. We have a song called One Power Forever. I think there's so many names I can't keep track because they're so fun to listen to. One Power Forever. Blue doesn't mean forever, but still calls. Last week one has been, I guess, a hit with everybody. It's called Keepers of the Flame. Keepers of the Keepers of the Flame. I cannot pronounce that word. But That last song that we had last week was solely focused on calling out Disney Plus and what we learned about Power Rangers, and it's just a tribute song telling them what we learned from NPR up to Cosmic Fury, and I feel like everyone loved that one, even though there was some comments that said, especially the AI thing. I think a lot of people are not caring that they are AI. As us Power Rangers fandom, we just love Power Rangers, and bring something that's new and just creative. It's just so much to listen to, and I'm just enjoying having it on my playlist. So, and all the questions that we've been having is, since these are AI, we are able to upload them to all music platforms. And I do want to say is, please do not pay for these songs. I one of the we do have to pay to upload these, and one of the platforms that has been uploaded to is iTunes. Please do not download it. It says you have to download like 99 cents to download. Please make sure you have a monthly subscription to a music platform, either Spotify, Apple Music. We have uploaded to Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. I don't know what, iHeart Music. And bear with me as I figure out how to upload these. It looks like it takes now within 24 hours. And as long as I list them as AI, all the platforms do not have any issues. I do love these songs. And again, please do not pay for these songs. I beg you, if any of the money that if you do iTunes, that money is going to go towards the Morphin Grid projects. So I just want to put that disclaimer: do not pay for these songs. Make sure you have a monthly subscription to a music platforms and download those Power Ranger tribute songs from there. And I know there has been requests. I've been doing these short Instagram or Facebook reels of short clips from the songs. If anything, for me to do a full on video, I might have to upload it to YouTube, but it feels like everyone's enjoying these little clips. And for as I play around with uploading these to all these platforms, please bear with me as I figure out what I'm doing. Again, I do enjoy the Power Ranger fandom. There are some comments on there where it's like, hey, if this was real, we're not going to listen to it. You know what? You know what? You can go away. You can go away if you don't like this. And again, for those people that don't enjoy some lip sync, you know, Rangers Live Chat, one of the things that we love to do was lip sync battle challenge. We are definitely bringing that back, guys. Doing some lip sync battle challenges. That will be TBA, but that's the reason why I lip sync, and it gets in the mood too. So it gets you to lip sync and enjoy the song too. So, and if you do have a request for any tribute songs, please let me know. Hence why we have it in the text on the bottom. If what our next tribute song for next week is. So, is it going to be a Tommy Oliver or One Last More? I'm gonna do the Tommy Oliver. I'm putting that on the top of the list because it's the number one request one to do. So if you wanted me to do for next week the Tommy Oliver or One Last More, let me know, because I'm starting on working on it this week. And the more that you guys give me in times in working on these, the better it is. So last week or this week, the one that we just launched was When the Power Calls. That went into so many iterations of creating that song. We had like a 3-page long lyric to shut down, and we had to condense it to 2 pages. And once we condensed it to 2 pages of the song lyrics, that version was better of all of them, because I wanted to include just the little tiny details us Ranger fans will want to, like, hey, I know what you're talking about on there. And I had to backtrack. And that one song, the When the Power Calls, it's all about the Morphers. We love the Morphers. I wanted to dedicate a tribute song for the Morphers and what we have like new about them, like the power coins, the having the morpher on the wrist, including the names itself, like the astromorpher. I had to do some like fact check on the Disney seasons, what they were called. And then I think when it came into the reel that I did, just I posted today, you know what, when it came to that Megaforce little like solo, that's my favorite. So I had to lip sync to that one. So let me know if you have listened to any of the songs because I love just like creating videos and being creative, I think, in general, especially doing these things and as well as trying to focus on my day job. I run my own business, and I apologize for the messy hair. I just washed it. But yeah, let me know what tribute songs you guys want to listen to based on any Power Rangers characters, storylines. It gets me something creative to do at the end of the day. So, um, other than that, I do have a few things on what we're going to be. Where is my agenda? That is a great question. There we go. So, let's see. Where's my notes on that note? Okay. So, and if you guys can't catch or watch these um live streams either on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. I am planning on using some little snippets for some little tiny reels. So there's always something to highlight that you can watch later. So I'm going to take a sip of water. So if you're watching from YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, let me know. So, ooh, what about a yes, Roger Tyler Duncan. What about a villains type tribute? Like Disney has a villain line. What about a tribute to Power Rangers villains? Yes. One of our OG Rangers Live chat viewers, he did mention we should do a villain. So that's also on the list of doing villains. There's so many villains to do. I just have to do it in a way where it doesn't end up being 10 pages long. So, yes, I think trying to do it in a way where it incorporates the ones that we know that we all just like um have a memory of that are standouts. Of course, like Rita, Lord Zed, Diva Talks, Astronema, um, Diabolical, I'm gonna butcher his name, Olympus. But yeah, the villains tribute is on the list as well. So if you have any creative ideas on how we're gonna do the villains, let me know because it might be having to focus on like each era. And I mean the Saban era, the Disney, the Nickelodeon, and then the Netflix. I feel like doing it in that way might have it justice. I just want to make sure these tribute songs they make sense and it's not just like throw every single name. I want them to be fun where you're listening to them. I've been listening to them on repeat. And I'm hoping that you guys are downloading them. Let me know if you're downloading these tribute songs on whatever platform. So that way it gives me an idea on which platforms to focus on. Because again, I'm paying to get these uploaded for you guys. And so that way you can listen to, but definitely a villains tribute song. Okay, so I do have an agenda because while bringing back Rangers Life Chat, I just want to talk about Power Rangers and what I'm watching and I have questions of. On that note, I'm going to take a quick break because I've been talking just to myself. So, and I appreciate for those viewers that are still watching because it's always nice to have a crowd on here. Wherever you're watching, it's always nice to chat to whoever's in whatever platform. Apple Music download, I have a subscription. So, yes, thank you for doing that, Roger. Thank you for downloading them or using your Apple Music subscription. Thank goodness for having subscription these days. It makes life easier. I remember the days of iTunes where you had to download the songs. Yeah. I have a subscription to Spotify. So, and yes, for those people that notice that I did Flame as Fame, it has been submitted. It takes about maybe 12 to 1 or 2 days turnaround for it to be updated. Thank you again for calling that out. And yeah. Uh so what we're going to be talking about, I have a few things. If there's something that you guys want to talk about, let me know because there's so many episodes that I'm just like I just want to talk about. I think there's something on my chin. It's just my hair. About Power Rangers. So there's quite a lot that we could talk about because there's been like over close to like how many episodes? Someone fact check that for me and let me know how many episodes there has been because there's a lot that we have to catch up on. But when we're in that day and age, especially having access to talk to everybody everywhere. And so I just like talking about it. So, and if you have not realized in those Instagram reels, I'm realizing I've been saying the word so many often during these live chats. So, a great way for me figuring out what words I've been repeating, not just here, but in real life. So, again, I told you. So, um, one of the episodes that I want to talk about, or one of the seasons, is about this whole Tanya and Aisha. How Okay, before we move on this, one of the things I posted about was a few weeks ago was about giving Justin the powers of the Blue Turbo Ranger. So there was a lot of comments saying that Zordon did not want to give kids powers back before they got the Zeo powers. So going back and having to check and fact checking it myself, Zordon said he did not want to give the six, meaning at the time that was Tommy, Kat, Aisha, um, Adam, Rocky, and Billy powers because the reason why is when they turned back to kids, they went back in time. And Zordon said he did not want them to morph because if anything happens to them, it would alter the course of history when time goes forward again. And so the whole thing about Zordon wanting the kids not having ranger powers was he did not want time to be altered if anything happened to them. So that was the reason why. And when Justin became a blue Power Ranger, they were in present time. So yeah, that was a whole deal. But at the same time, if anything happened to poor Justin, yeah, he's a young kid. We don't know what would happen if anything would happen to him. Kendricks, yeah, I don't think his dad would be happy, honestly. So, yeah. But going back to one of the topics on the list on my agenda is this whole Tanya and Aisha thing that happened during the Alien Rangers and Zeo. So, when they returned back, when Aisha and the other Rangers turned into kids, they had to do their Zeo quests. And so Aisha had to do her Zeo quest. She met Tanya. She got the Zeo. For some reason, saying that word butchers the crap, or I mess it up. So she got the Zeo crystal. She did not want to go back because she saw that there was a plague and wanted to save the animals. And in that time when she did the Zeo quest, she was like, I think I forget her name, but she's like, "I will give you the Zia crystal if you stay." Um, and she did stay, Aisha stayed, and she gave Zia crystal to Tanya, and Tanya went to back to the command center. And the reason why I wanna bring this up is because, uh Tanya, her parents, because I was thinking, I'm like, it's always in my head, and the world of Power Rangers, I think that's why we love Power Rangers. It doesn't make sense, honestly. And yeah, the world of Power Rangers does not make sense. It's not a perfect world. And so, us people, especially being adults, we don't want our lives to be perfect. So, things don't make sense in our lives. But we do have questions. Um, so when Kid Tanya met Aisha, am I saying her name right? Aisha? I feel like I'm butchering it, but she told her that her parents was missing for 3 years, and so when Tanya turned back into adult, fast forward, I think it's like the kids were like 12, maybe went back at 5 years. No, could be 10 years because they were super like elementary school. But Tanya got a letter or a present time. Tanya during Power Rangers Zeo got a package from Aisha and tells her that, hey, these are the things that belong to your parents. The tiki something or other, I forget the name of it, and the map. And Tanya tells Zoran, hey, my parents have been missing. Can you transport me to wherever that place was again? Um, it was a weird island name, but she got there and she was able to find her parents. So my thing as an adult is okay, her parents were missing 3 years, and when she was kid Tanya, and then when fast forward to adult teen or not adult, well, a teenager Tanya, um, she found her parents. So my question is, how long has her parents been missing? Because that is my question, like, have they only been missing for 3 years or longer? Because it seems like they've been running around that island for a long time. I don't know. I would told Zordon that, "Hey, my parents are missing, can you help me find them?" I feel so sad for Tanya's parents, cause yeah, watching that episode, yeah, they looked like they were lost in that cave for, like, I don't know, for a while. So, what are your thoughts about Tanya, especially her being adopted to Kat's family, or just like living there when she got back to the future? But yeah, what are your thoughts about Tanya and her character and storyline? But she did fit right in after turning back into teenage Tanya. So, let's see. Ooh, okay. I know we're about 30 minutes over now, so usually I go at least an hour with these live chats. Another thing that we can talk about that's on my agenda, I'm calling it agenda because again, I go on tangents, so I have to have a list of things that we can talk about that's been on my head, and this is just my therapy. I'm telling you guys, I think it's all in our heads, and we just need to let it out. So, um, the first episode of Mighty Morphin, The Day of the Dumpster. Okay, I just rewatched it because the reel that I just made, the one about the fourth iteration of Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, and Kimberly, and watching that episode. And I think two things that stood out. First thing was um, when Zoran during that time, I forget who the voice actor was. it sometimes gets me. I'm so used to, like, what we know what Zordon sounds like, and listening to that first episode, I'm like, "Who is this Zordon? Like, what happened?" Let's see. I'm gonna have to quit some things. Let's see. We're gonna just force quit. 1 second, or else my computer's gonna shut down. We're gonna quit. Let's see. 1 second, guys. We're gonna quit that. So what I'm doing right now is force quitting on my Mac some apps, because one of the things I do for my business is I film content for businesses, high quality content that runs a lot of memory, and my computer's telling me, "Hey, you need to quit some files." So okay, that day of the dumpster. So when Alpha and Zordon's like, "Hey, we need some teenagers with attitudes, with some emotional problems." I'm like, listening as an adult, I'm like, okay, I was one of those kids, or what I'm learning now as a child, or not a child, as an adult, is I don't show my emotions. And I'm like, don't you really want kids that, yeah, what are with super emotional problems? I don't know who had emotional problems, because that would be interesting to see. Because he did say, hey, teenagers with emotional problems. So, what are your thoughts on that? And then another thing is when they all left the command center and just had the morphers in hand, and then the putties came to attack them. That one scene where I think it was Jason, Zach, Billy, Kimberly was there. I don't think it, but they did this like ladder thing where it was like a T, and they kind of like rotated and did a spinning kick. Anybody remember seeing that? Because I was like, it takes me back on how many like times someone, or how many kind of like weird fighting moves they had, especially on Mighty Morphin. Some awkward ones where I'm like, can you actually fight like that? And having, I think it was Jason doing that move, it looked very awkward and uncomfortable. So who remembers that scene? But before we move on to the next thing that I wanted to chat about is, I love the Power Ranger fandom, and one of the things as a kid was I didn't share that often that I liked watching Power Rangers. I felt very awkward. I felt like a nerd. I was so insecure about myself that I didn't want to share with anyone, any of my classmates, and I just kept it to myself. And I think now as an adult, it's nice to share that I like Power Rangers, and Power Rangers are just like, okay, we're getting some weird comments on here. I'm gonna kick you out. How do I kick you out? Block user on YouTube, or delete message. So again, I just want to say, if you're watching on YouTube, we get some weird crowd on here that I can just like block you, so you're wasting some time. I want to get blocked on YouTube, because I want to make sure that we all know that Power Rangers is fun to watch. So if you're going to do some awkward comments, I can just completely block you. So no, none of these like comments that we need to say on the comment section. So this is your only warning. If you're still in there and decide to say some comments that you're not supposed to be, because we're keeping everything PG, stop it. But yeah, watching Power Rangers when you were a kid, I was like 9, 8 years old, especially watching from Space to Time Force, 10, 11. I didn't tell any of my classmates that I watched Power Rangers. It just felt so just like, I don't know. I think at that time, it just felt like one of those things that you felt like you were a nerd, or just like, it wasn't cool. and I wanted to say this. This is one of the things in my agenda that I wanted to talk about because Power Rangers are cool, and I also have to say, having a cosplay with a cosplay helmet and being the cool aunt that has the cosplay helmet and showing that to her nieces is kinda cool. And then also the one time where I was at the buffet with my family and my kid brother was with me, at the time he's not a kid anymore, but I think he was 18 to 19, 20s, adult, and we were at the buffet. This is at the time where I was still living in California, and I saw, Daniel Romero. I know you're still on there. Um, Whoever plays Rita, I forget her name, but seeing Carla something. Please help me out. Carla something. Um, but her family was there, she was there, and I at the time, she knew who I was because I did the interviews with the actors and actresses. But I told my brother because I said hi to her walking past because she knew who I was because we see each other at the cons. And I told my brother, and he's like, I need a photo. And I felt so cool to, like, have him and me walk up to her and say, "Hey, yo, my brother wants a photo." Can She was so sweet about it, and I think I had, like, sister, um, what is it called? Sister points for being able to do that and knowing that, hey, this fandom has brought me so many just joys of meeting so many people, so many of the actors and actresses, and bring putting these tributes together, these AI tributes, even though they are AI, is that, you know what? I'm seeing thank you. Carla Perez. That's what I was thinking, but I did not want to butcher their last name. Yes, Carla is the best. But yeah, I feel like this fandom has brought so much joy and so much life changes for the people that have not been watching. One of the things, especially launching Rangers Live Chat, I'm just going to talk about this really quick because this is a story for another time. But me creating Rangers Live Chat, I have back into before I went on hiatus in 2018. However, doing Rangers Live Chat, I went to so many conventions, and one of the conventions that I went to changed my life. I mean, it like if you don't know what I'm talking about, we and I just gonna talk about it really quick because it is one of the heartfelt stories because I was a Ranger fan. I was doing this Rangers live chat, doing things for the Ranger community and going to these just conventions back into California. Was We got stuck in the parking garage after a con and my car got stuck. A police officer helped us out and that took a few hours. You guys couldn't look back on those videos, but the officer called the sergeant, cut the chain, and we were able to leave. But 3 months later, after that whole situation that evening, we found out that officer passed away in a car accident. And so, with that happen, when that happened, that was a time where my grandmother just passed, and so, emotions, like I said, I'm not best with my emotions, but we got connected with the family, and we did so many live chats back then that we got footage of the officer cutting the chain, and, we got that footage to his department, his family. I stay connected to his family since today, like, now, which is still something I feel like what the Ranger fandom has brought like this, and then staying connected to the officer's family as well as one of the detectives. I stayed connected to her to the point where she became our realtor and we moved to another state and she helped us out because she was a realtor and we stayed connected in the business community. So that's what the reason why I want to continue on bringing back Rangers Life Chat because of these little stories that has changed my life. So, um, but yeah, we go way back. Okay, so that's the reason why. Especially I did post something on my Instagram story saying that someone was like, "This is gay." Uh, bro, you have way better things in your life, and sometimes saying these things to us Ranger fans, yeah, I just want you to just take a step back and think about who you're saying this to, because if there's kids that are watching, like, I don't know what the age range. I know the age range, especially for our Rangers Live chat fans, but the age range of watching Power Rangers in general, you're calling that kid out, and you are calling that kid my inner kid inside me. So when you say things about this, I'd rather have you say that to a kid and have that kid's emotions, just like you watch that. So yeah. Um, but yeah, the reason why I want to keep Rangers Live Chat going is because it has brought me so much joy. So next thing on the list on the agenda. So again, this is the reason why we have notes. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna cross this out because if I don't, I know we're just gonna keep continuing. Um, I think I might skip over a couple of things and save it for the next live chat. Um, let's see. Okay, actually, we're doing good on time, so I think we might be able to talk about everything on here. Okay, I think one of the ones, the season I'm currently watching or rewatching is uh Power Rangers in Space. I think in that season in alone, I feel like Christopher Kamen Lee Andros had so much emotions that he needed to express on that season alone. Like with his sister, uh Zane, he was so like angry, like, especially the episode where he thought Zane was gone, and then Astronema Corone when they lost connection to her when she was going undercover, and his reaction, I'm like, bro, they had to push the emotion scenes on him, Christopher Kamen Lee on that season, and I'm just like, yeah, I think we were all just like we felt it too, so who remembers those scenes for Andros? Because I feel like Christopher Kamen Lee had some good scenes in Power Rangers in Space, and I feel like now just rewatching as an adult, I appreciate him, in those scenes. Um, okay, another episode. Okay, so I will cross that out. See, this is why we have lists that we want to talk about. Okay. Um, and I've been, like, skipping over a couple episodes for, like, I'm not watching, I may be watching the entire season of Power Rangers in Space, and then also with making these Instagram reels, I'm watching a couple episodes here and there of different seasons. One of the episodes I just rewatched was Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, and it's the episode where Olympus, I think I got it right, but Olympus turns from a baby to an adult, and he captures Chad, Kelsey, Dana, and Kelsey in that little like star necklace, and he Olympus decides to make himself look like, or using that star energy or something, turn him into Chad. And Carter goes to rescue Chad, and he brings him into the Aqua base, and then he turns into Olympus turns into who was the next one? Kelsey, and then Dana and Joel, and when because the first person that got back into the Aqua base, that was Chad. And Kelsey comes running or Kelsey slash Olympus runs in because Kelsey overhears something that Carter says, and she's trying to pretend to be Kelsey, and then tries to get the pass key from Captain Mitchell, which it was in Captain Mitchell's desk. I don't think the Aqua base was that secure because someone brought up the fact where Ryan was able to get into the Aqua base, and yeah, and then Joel, once Olympus got the pass key and tries to open the gate to get into the Aqua base. I'm just like thinking, how secure is this Aqua base? Because the only time they got alert was the gate being pulled up, and yeah, shouldn't it be more secure where there's like guards or kind of like a security field that there's demons at the gate? Yeah, and that's one of the things where I'm like, how secure is this Aqua base in Lightspeed Rescue? Because after watching that episode, and someone bringing up a few weeks ago how Ryan was able to get in there without any issues. Yeah, questions as an adult. Okay, with that, another and everyone knows I love watching Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. And so the episode where Damon, and this leads into this conversation of where Damon, it's an episode where Damon needs to go rescue one of the commanding officers in the Stingwinger. Someone help me in the chat of what's her name, but older lady, but she gets captured because the Stingwinger, I think I got the name right. But I think it was earlier in the episode, but the GSA security guards, Damon walks up to them because she drops a paper, and the security guards, the GSA security guards, are like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?" And I'm like thinking, you guys are on Terra Venture. Who else would be in Terra Venture that's gonna do anything to her? Because if you had people that were in a space colony with a city, I would have like a background check. And the dude, Damon, has a GSA jumpsuit, green jumpsuit, and I know Commander Stanson should know who he is because he's like the lead person for the whole, Terra Venture to make sure that it's up and running. And for those GSA security guards, they're just like running up to him like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, why are you guys so up on him? Like, he's not doing anything. She just dropped a paper. And also they were like in the like secure like captain's hallway or whatever they're called. So yes, there's so many. Oh, thank you. Hi, Counselor Rainier. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Hi, Counselor Rainier. She got captured by the Stingwingers. No, Stingwingers are the. Oh my God. I feel like I messed that up. So Stingwingers are those putty looking things. What's Trakina's spaceship called? Someone help me because I'm just gonna that's gonna be something that I'm gonna be like, crap, I'm gonna have to look after this. But yeah, someone look it up and tell me what Trakina's spaceship is, because Stingwingers are the putty guys for Lost Galaxy. Yeah, that's gonna bug me. But yeah, those GSA security guys, they were so like, yeah. Yeah, I'm so happy about being able to talk about these things. Okay, so okay, we're almost over at time, but we have two more things to talk about. So I still need to catch up on several other seasons. And again, I am trying to catch up by doing these Instagram reels, having so much questions about these episodes that I just want to talk out loud with everybody. Um, we got comments. Scorpion Stinger. The Scorpion Stinger. Saying it out loud just sounds so weird. The Scorpion Stinger. Thank you guys. I love when people just help me in the comments. You guys are the best. And for those people that are watching, you guys are the best. Just keeping me company and having these conversations about Power Rangers. Okay, so let's see. We got two more things to talk about, and then we're gonna call it a night. Where is my notes? Okay. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to bring up that I thought was so cute, especially the last season of uh Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury, was when they got their morphers. I thought it was the most adorable thing. Just in general, I feel like watching that scene was just like, yeah, that looks like us. We suck at doing this, but in Dino Fury, they just got their morphers and they were practicing on morphing. I think they called it the morphing dance or trying to just get it right and so that they didn't have any issues. If you haven't seen that scene, I think that just like ties in with all just like that's the reason why I wanted to do that tribute song when the power calls. Just because I'm just like, you know what? I need a song dedication to the morphers and seeing them like trying to like I think they only did like 2 or 3 scenes of practicing, but I thought it was adorable and just like one of them making a mistake, and you need to see the scene. It's on YouTube. Just search it, you'll find it, and just the most adorable thing because I try to do all the morphing sequence. Yeah, I think there is a how-to video on how to morph, so I need to practice on that more. The only one that I know by heart is the easiest one. Well, it's Morphin Time, that one's an easy one. There's some other ones where you're just like, okay, it's a hand coordination that you just have to, like, get in your practice by heart. One of them and you guys know, Lost Galaxy fan, it's Go Galactic, so easy. And I think on that note, talking about the morphers, if you guys haven't seen, I have a tattoo of the Quasar Saber, so okay, it's hard to show. Oh, okay, awkward. Okay, I have a photo. There's the Quasar Saber. But I think for my next tattoo, I'm so tempted to get the Transmorpher on my other arm. Um, I think it would be cool because I love rolling my sleeves up ever since I got my Quasar Saber tattoo. I think it would be cool to get the Transmorpher on my other hand. Um, someone said to get the Magna Defender sword on that one. I'm like, I don't think so. I think getting the Transmorpher, the Lost Galaxy Morpher on this hand and just ties it in would be so perfect. Um, let's see. Like Ninja Storm's first episode, Dustin Morph's first. Oh, dude, I gotta watch that. Is there any more mistakes like that? This is why I love the fandom because I have so many questions that I wanna ask that I'm like, "Hey, I need someone to fact check," and it's hard to fact check because, yes, there's Wikipedia and there's just so many, like okay, there's I had to fact check for the morphers for each of the names, and I was so lost on just like, "Okay, is this the right one? Is this not the right one?" That's why I love this fandom. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, maybe it's a possibility. We'll see. Tattoos are not okay. This is my second tattoo. No, third tattoo. Sorry, I have a dog tattoo on my upper arm, but they're not that bad to get. So the only problem is if I get it in this hand, I am accident prone when I am cooking, burning the shit out. And I know there's adults here, so shit is not that bad a word of burning my arm up. So if you don't see, and again, I mean accident prone. I'm not like burning my skin on purpose. with the ovens. I don't think you guys can see, but there's two right there. There's some, yeah, you can see right there. So that's the only problem. But maybe it will go with the morpher if I'm so accident prone. Who knows? Um, let's see. I just want to make sure I cover everything. This is great. Me having this list because I just want to talk about everything. Um, at least giving me like, hey, you watched enough Power Rangers. Let's quit it. Yeah, just keeping everything organized. Um, but the last thing I want to talk about is our whole Power Rangers or our Morphin Grid project. It just I was thinking a few weeks ago on how I want to continue on contributing to the Power Rangers fandom. And so in the last couple weeks, I am this project is called the Morphin Grid Project. And the whole thing is with the Morphin Grid Project, I want to try to get a fan to a Power Ranger convention once a month. To any Power Rangers convention, you got Power Morphicon, Ranger Stop, Ranger Pop, Go Go Power Rangers, Morphin. I forget the other one. Someone help me out. But all the Power Ranger conventions throughout the U.S. and it's all going to be paid. It's just the ticket, not flights or that's going to be difficult maybe in the future, but at least a day pass to a Power Rangers con of your choice. Um, and so I am going to be launching that starting tomorrow or the next day. We'll see, putting the final touches. But I want to get a Power Ranger fan that has never been to a Power Ranger con at least once a month of their choice. And all they have to do is submit a video explaining um, why they want to go to a Power Rangers convention, and just submit a video. They will, and we're calling it. Once you submit your video, it stays in the Morphing Grid. And the things that I also want to do with this Morphing Grid project is create a committee, the Morphing Grid project committee, where we have secret people that are in the committee, meaning actors and actresses that are part of the committee. They will choose a selected few of people that have submitted videos, and they will help pick the 3 or 4 or 5 Power Ranger fans, and then we will post it on our social media, and you will help us pick who goes to the next ring. You'll pick who, I'm trying to get my words right. Um, gets You will help pick someone get to a Power Ranger convention of their choice. And with however once you submit your video, you stay in the Morphing Grid up to a year or forever. We'll see. But this is the passion project that I feel like I want to get back to just the Power Ranger community and get people to the Power Ranger conventions because I have so much fun at the Power Ranger conventions. If you have been to a Power Ranger convention, let me know in the comments. But the people that are in the Power Ranger community, the Power Ranger fandom, it's just like family, and it's different compared to other conventions, because I think within the Power Ranger community is like we all kind of support each other, or we all see what you are doing, what you're posting. We see you in the fandom to the point where it just becomes a family reunion. So stay tuned for more information about the Morphing Grid project. Again, this is going to be ongoing. Fingers crossed. Who with the people, the two, I think it might be just Roger and Daniel that are still listening. But what are you guys' thoughts on the Morphing Grid project? And hopefully we'll build on top of that. But that's how we're going to do the Morphing Grid project. And I'm so excited, and I can't wait to start launching and people submitting their videos and seeing new fans getting to these conventions. I feel it's just, you know, I would love to see this continue for the next couple years. So again, it's called the Morphing Grid Project. And yeah, other than that, I feel like we talked about everything Power Rangers. I'm going to cross that out of the list. And again, if you are still watching, for those few, we have been posting our tribute songs. Our next tribute song will be either the Tommy Oliver or a song called One Last Morph. I'm excited about these two. There's two other songs, including that villain song. That's a TBA, because that's going to be a work in progress on how that song turns out. But there was another one that I think everyone will love too, especially with this Disney reboot. And so if you're watching and you have been following along, we have been posting these tribute songs. Yes, they are AI, but again, they are bangers. Someone said that word, and they're very enjoyable to listen to, especially as a Power Ranger fan. They've been on repeat on throughout my day of on my playlist. So let me know what your favorite song that you have been listening to. We have our first one was we're just going to end this here. I just want to make sure everyone knows about our tribute songs. One Power Forever, Blue Doesn't Mean Forever, um, Blood Still Calls, Keepers of the Flame, Flame. And then our last new one that we just released, that is When the Power Calls. That is All Things Morphers. I like how this is going, and I can't wait for the next one of these tribute songs. And I love doing these live chats on a weekly basis. And if you are still listening and are watching on a weekly basis, next week we are going to be TBA for the next 2 weeks, I think. It is my anniversary with my husband, so we are most likely not going to do a live chat, but the song releases will be still weekly, so stay tuned for that. And again, if you are listening to the tribute songs, please remember to download them on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Let me know if I'm missing anyone. Again, please do not buy any of the songs. I don't want to make any money off it. If you are downloading on iTunes, if I do see any money come from anything from whoever upload, however they're doing it, I'm still learning, they will go to the Morphin Grid project. And again, I'm doing this for the Power Rangers fandom. Yes, I know people are having a frit about AI. I'm just doing it because I want to enjoy the fandom, and creating these songs are bringing joys for me and other people. I'm seeing comments, especially our last release, the Keepers of the Flame. See, my husband, he gets on me if I can't not pronounce words, but you guys know what I'm saying. But I see so many comments that are like, people are sobbing, people are just like happy about hearing these songs that are tributes to the Power Ranger series. That brings joy to me, because I'm not just enjoying these songs just for myself. I want you, the Power Ranger fandom, to enjoy these songs as well. That is why I post them. I post them alongside with some clips of the Power Ranger series. But I just want you guys to enjoy them as well. And again, I also want to mention there are some hateful comments in the comment section. I just let it be, because it tunes out for all the positive comments for everybody that are enjoying these Power Ranger tribute songs. And again, that is it for the week. And I feel like this was a great Rangers Live chat, even though I have been talking to just myself. Roger, I've never been to one, but it would be awesome for a big fan. I have watched since the Green Ranger Tommy to the adulthood. Fox Kids, yes, we are Fox Kids. Yes, Disney area. Neo Saman came, and DVD. Oh yeah, DVT. I think I had VHS. I think that's what it's called. And then DVD, Netflix and YouTube. Yeah. I just want to know, where are the alien episodes? Like, I've been searching for that, and no one's been posting that at all. I see clips on YouTube, but Tubu is not posting the Alien series, and I'm like, "Why are they not posting Alien series? Someone please tell me where the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, where is that season? Anybody help me out because I wanna watch that season because yeah, I want it's Power Rangers, so, um, yes. Um, aw, I love that you're sharing it with your kids. Your daughter, loves Billy and Kimberly. Please watch Lost Galaxy. I don't see it. Roger, I think the Power Rangers Alien episodes are not on there. Okay, I'll double check just to make sure, but the Alien episodes are not on there because I was looking for the Zeo Quest episodes, the 2 episodes that before they change into Power Rangers Zeo, unless they're hidden somewhere and I didn't see it, but I will check again. But Power Rangers official YouTube has been my go-to for just watching uh, on a daily basis. So I'll double check just to make sure. Um, but yeah, I enjoy talking to you guys about just in general. Did you really send me a link? Bro, you are awesome. Okay, I can't okay, I might have to click on the link back on the Facebook live post. But in general, thank you so much for listening to Rangers Live Chat. Please continue on just liking our post, sharing it. I appreciate that. And for anybody that is new to Rangers Live Chat, we just love the Power Ranger fandom. And that's just me who's doing this now on this page. So other than that, I am gonna get some dinner. And everybody have a good week and enjoy the tribute songs in the meantime because they are a banger. I don't know if banger is a good word or not, but in general, um, I love doing these on a daily basis, posting these reels. I could go on and on, but again, everybody have a good week, and I will talk to everybody soon. So, good night.